Welcome to the Biscuit Boys Live Lounge in association with SRB Radio and Griffiths Clothing at the so-called studios in Acox Green, Birmingham, with me, the Gabby Cabby, and my brother, Khaliq. How are you? Welcome to my live lounge. Welcome to my settee.
To be honest, I like your settee, Gab. And I ain't seen you for quite a bit. And you're the most active person for unsigned artists. And most of them, to be honest, well, nearly all of them, to be honest, shouldn't be unsigned.
I agree.
They should be out there doing what they do every day. And they are really a lot of talented folk in the city, as well as many other cities.
Yep.
And there's people like you who give them that little bit of belief and give them that little bit of get up and go. And you put a lot of effort in it, and you do a lot of things like this live lounge, which is, I mean, who does that for you?
Well, this is an extension of the project that we do, the Biscuit Boys.
Yeah.
You've been into our monkey house and you've
come
in for a chat and a tune.
Yeah.
This is a little bit more professional. Because Ryan has a proper studio here in Station Road in Acox Green.
I mean, Ryan Lowry's so cool studios, great place. Get yourselves down there. Lovely gaff. He does pop videos. He does these live recordings. These live lounges are a great feeling. They're a really great sound in there, and he works really hard. So, I mean, it's a really good thing to do. I think the next one's...
we're doing Andy Bennett.
And
we're doing... The next one will be Carice.
Carice, that's right.
Carice Auburn.
And then my good friend, Mr. Bennett.
Yeah.
Or as I call him, Gandhi Bendy.
So let's talk about Khaliq, because we want to keep it nice and sweet. We want to get in about your electrocution. So I think that's a great story. We need to get your...
Then are we going to then move on to my TB?
Well, yeah. You know, how are you,
so
Gab?
First of all, what we're going to have to tell you all is Khaliq shouldn't really be here. He died in 2007 with a triple phase electric shock in Meadham in Cannes, and came back, unfortunately for some of you, but fortunately for my mum I did. And then a few years after that I ended up with TB. I don't know how or why, and that took a year out of me, and I was quite ill, and that was a little bit touch and go with a big lump on my neck about a golf ball size. And then I got through that, put my new band together. Cornelius Winter is one of my oldest band members, the bass player. And then recruited Ian Silk, great guitar player, and little Mickey Ferguson. And obviously Sam's been playing for me a bit, Sam Rogers. And we put it all together, and then we started doing some of the recordings at Gavin's Magic Garden, and the album's nearly finished.
When will it be out?
It'll be finished in April.
Okay.
It'll be out soon as we work out who we want to PR it. There's a few people who've got in touch who quite good.
But that's the difficult part about things. All joking apart, we've just seen Ed Sheeran dominate the top 20.
Oh, that's because...
But getting your art out there is very, very difficult, isn't it?
It is difficult because the people who control the world, there's about 6 of them.
Yeah, there is.
And they control a lot.
Yeah.
And those companies that are offshoots of what they control, basically controls everything. Everything's controlled through them, the whole thing. It's a system. And when you're not part of the system, you're part of the problem. So we obviously are part of the problem, but our problem's good because with the internet and stuff like that, people do get to hear you. It's a lot more difficult because you ain't got big companies sitting there and putting you on every playlist available. It's not fair what they do, but the world isn't fair. So you need to understand the world isn't fair. I mean, some people have looked at me and says, you were signed to Factory, you were managed by Sean Ryder's dad, you've done a great album, and then you had all this stuff happen to you, and you should be huge and that. I said, I can turn around and say, maybe it's the colour of my skin. And that's going to be a bit of a shocker to you all there. Some people are saying to me, well, if Khaliq was, pardon my language, but white, he would have been absolutely huge by now. Now, you can either take those things to heart, or you can do what I do, and you can play music. And the best way to put your stuff out is to put it out, pick some people to put it out, make sure the stuff's good, and follow it up with everything that you believe in. And there's people out there who believe in real things, and if you're real, and you put yourself across real, and your music is real, it will get somewhere, because mine's just about to explode, and I'm telling you right now on the Gabby Show.
Tell me about Manny, because you had one or two little situations with Manny up there in Manchester.
I used to live in Manchester on the old Rochdale Road, Middleton, just before Middleton, Blakely, and Anthony Murray was managing me at the time with Derek Ryder, Sean's dad. he'd left me in a pub, and they didn't want to leave me there because they thought, it's a bit of a rough end and all that lot. And I'd just got signed, and they didn't know whether I could handle myself, or they didn't want me to handle myself. And they said a lad was turning up, a musician called Manny. So I never thought nothing of it. This geezer turned up. His name was Manny. We got on like a house on fire. I went missing for 3 days, which was really bad, apparently. In Manchester, nobody could find us. We just went and had a musical rehearsal, as you do, Manchester style. And eventually, when he got found and I went back to the pub, people were laughing at me and that, and they're saying, "Oh, you got signed to Factory," and I was like, "Yeah, feeling dead proud," and that. And they just kept laughing at me, and I couldn't understand why they were laughing. I found it really annoying. And then after a bit, I went, "What are you laughing at?" And they kept asking me how Manny was. So I'm like, "Oh, you mean the bloke I went missing with for 3 days?" Yeah, I went, "He's all right. Why'd you keep laughing and saying his name?" Still didn't get it. And then I stood there, and the penny dropped, and it was a big penny. It was one of them. When it dropped, I felt like a right pleb. I would be actually hanging out with Manny from Stone Roses, and I took him on a bender for 3 days.
Who out drunk who?
We don't talk about that, but we had a good time. And then from that day, I became really good friends with Manny, and he's a real top geezer, and he's close to my heart.
How about Black Grapes and Sean Ryder and stuff? How do you...
Sean, the first time I met Sean was quite funny as well, because somebody setting him up, and it was the Phoenix Festival. It was back in, I think it was years ago. It showed my age now, before the 90s, I think, wasn't it? And we got there, and Sean's dad says, "It's all right, you can go and say hello to Sean, because I've okayed it with the security." Well, I knew Pat Ward at the time, so I looked at Pat, he winked at me, and he says, and he let me in the room with my brothers, and then he left. So Sean's in the dressing room on his own, and there's 3 Asian lads in the dressing room. So he's looked, he doesn't know any of us, so he's looked for the door, and his security, Pat Ward, the beast, he's gone because it's all been a setup, and it's Sean's absolutely shitting himself, to be honest. Well, you would be, wouldn't you? 2 long-haired Yetis and a bald-head bloke looking at you. You've never seen him before, and them like with the Brummie accent going, "All right, Sean." It's not good, is it? But I have to say, Sean Ryder was an absolute class. He sat there, realised that somebody, and all of a sudden the lads started laughing. We realised we'd been set up, he'd been set up. And had a nice conversation with him. And I have to say, the geezer's one of the best lyricists I've ever heard. And then obviously we met Paul and everybody else in the band, Wags, and so I got signed to Factory, got a couple of lads out of Black Grape to produce the album, and that's basically the history. And now we're here doing our new stuff with Gavin Monaghan. And
with that album that's going to be dropping April, probably May, knowing you and knowing the way that you work, and Gav as well, because it's all about tweaking things and getting the product to its finest.
It took 2.5
standard,
years, man,
isn't it?
with Songbird, the album.
But that's what I'm saying, Khaliq. It doesn't just happen overnight.
A year out of it, I had TB, so you can't. But you have to. I kept going back in. I kept thinking, if you keep going back in and keep improving it, because normally you have a budget, and when your budget finishes, the album's out. With this one, I didn't have a budget. It's not like I got loads of money. It was I wanted to space it over time and keep improving until it became a work of art, something that I think is going to be a classic album. With being very lucky and having a lot of cool friends in the industry, people like Steve Craddock playing guitar on it, Andy Bennett dropping some vocals on it, some acoustic guitar, and people like Brian Corbett and Sam Rogers and Andy Sachs and that, putting the brass sections down, people like Ben Drummond. I've had such an array of top people playing on my stuff, and the reason I picked these people was to make the songs how I wanted them to be. So, you've got Jamie Little on the kit, you've got Ash Sheehan on the kit. The songs determined who the players was, and I'm just happy and fortunate that I've been in the industry that long, that I know the players, that, who can make my songs sound like as I want them to sound in my head. And
you're also doing your legendary nights at the Brown Lion as well.
Yeah.
It's alternate Mondays now, isn't it?
Yeah, alternate Mondays every 2 weeks. I think the next one's on the 20th. Yeah. Everybody's happy with everybody to come down and play whatever style you are, whether you're a beginner or not. We just base it on live stuff. We'll put a band with you and that to make you feel like if you've never played with a band. I mean, Khaliq's band will actually play with you, and you can't say Stone Roses will play with you, can you? But Khaliq's band will play with you, and that's basically the way it is. We help the new artists, and it's a bit of a hub.
It's a family as well, isn't it?
It's a family. It is. It's a bit of a. it's a scene, to be honest, and I think Birmingham at the moment is one of the most active music scenes in the country at the moment, with some of the best artists. I'm not saying that because I'm here, man, because I'm from the North Himalayan mountains of Kashmir, to be honest. Do you know what I mean?
All your social medias, how can people look up? How can people buy the music when it comes out?
The music will be on iTunes and all the other, HMV and all the other sites. But if you go on to our Facebook, which is www.facebook.com/Unique Khaliq, that's the band page. If you do the same thing again and /Khaliq Music, you'll go into my personal page. We're on Twitter, which is basically #Unique Khaliq. We're also on SoundCloud, which is just basically www.soundcloud.com/Khaliq, and same on Reverb Nation. If you just whack in www.reverbnation.com/Khaliq, you'll come to us. And if you can't remember any of that, or you think, we should shut up, just whack in Khaliq, and surprisingly, I've got such a big nose, but it comes up first on Google.
Khaliq, brother, can I thank you so much for being a part of,
cool. A massive thank you to Cole Music. He takes a lot of grief off me. He's my brother, and I couldn't do without him.
A great manager is worth their weight in gold.
Hey, good luck.
Now you better go up there, because your band's waiting and Ryan's waiting. You're going to go and smash the live lounge.
Have I?
Cheers, mate.
Cool, man.
Thank you.
So I could go to the club. What's so windy? I'm falling round and raving and then calling. I've been bigger but I ain't falling. Join us all on the back of the bus. Let's go. On the back of the bus. On the back of the bus. On the back of the bus, yeah. Cloud of love, yeah. Like a cloud of love, brother. Like a cloud of love, baby. Like a cloud of love, yeah. Peace and Cheers for Khaliq. Nice to be at the Live Lounge. That was alright, lads, you warmed up. Walking out blind man's head. See no colors, just hear what's said. The sun feels hot on my face. The blind sea and all dark grace. The mind opens, the door shuts from behind. Inhibitions lost in time. Spare a thought, we say, for the blind. For the blind. Walking out a blind man's head. See no colors, just hear what's said. The sun feels hot on my face. The blind sea and all dark grace. The mind opens, the door shuts from behind. Inhibitions lost in time. Spare a thought, we say, for the blind. For the blind. Walk becomes a run, shade into the sun. The shy learn to fly. hands and let's get it started. Sip the rainbow, sip the lifestyle, sip the dream roll. Everybody go wild. Sip the rainbow, sip the lifestyle, sip your dreams, girl. Everybody go wild. Everybody, welcome to the party. Put your hands and let's get it started. Forget about all your inhibitions, and you know what you've been missing, brother. Everybody, welcome to a party. Put your hands and let's get it started. Forget about all your inhibitions, and you know what you've been missing, sister. The rainbow, sip the lifestyle, sip the dreams, girl. Everybody go wild. Sip the rainbow, sip the lifestyle, sip the dreams, girl. Everybody go wild. Sip the rainbow, sip the lifestyle, sip your dreams, girl. Everybody go wild. Crazy life. Pass me my coffee, baby. Light up my cigarette. It's alright. Look out my window, baby. It's been raining all night. Pass me my jacket, brother. Looks like I'm going lights. Taking a breath and save me. You know it kind of saved my life. I spoke to vultures, brother. They said they showed me how to fly in the morning light. You know they lied to me, baby. They stole my dreams and ate up my life. I'm looking for a rainbow. I'm looking for a songbird who will sing. Looking for the answer. Tomorrow's gonna bring. I'm looking for a rainbow. A songbird who will sing. Looking for the answer. Land of a king. It's time to evening, brother. Look at the stars and the moonlit sky. They shine down on you, baby. We found a songbird tonight. We live for one love, brother. We live for one love, one life. We live for one love, baby. We live for one love, one life. We're looking for a rainbow. I'm looking for the songbird who will sing. Looking for the answer. Tomorrow's gonna bring. We're in a volcano. Wash away my sin. Looking for a rainbow. Land of a king. Mr. Rogers. Mr. Silk. Of a king, man.